Hello, you beautiful, beautiful souls. Welcome to your Aquarius video. Welcome to Aquarius by Aquarius. I am your host, Colleen, and I'm creating this video for you on June 27th or 28th, 2025, depending on where you're at in the world. Keep in mind, tarot is timeless. Okay, it's timeless. You can always find a message if the reading is meant for you. Anyways, it is a general reading. Keep in mind, roles can be reversed if you're watching for a cross watcher. And if you do like my videos, I post 2 fresh videos every single day. One comes out in the afternoon between 4 and 6 p.m., usually around 5 or 6, so to keep it real, Eastern time, Florida time. And the other one comes out at 10:30 p.m. with a live chat. So if you like to get in there and chat, sometimes the 5 or 6 p.m. comes with a live chat, but it's usually shorter, so that's why I don't put a live chat with it unless it's a longer video. So before I start your reading, I want to be the first to tell you all that you're so beautiful and you're so needed in this world, and I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for sharing your time and your energy with me. I value you and the divine values you, and thank you so much for being here. So we already got cards flipping out. I did channel a song, and it's You Be Killing 'Em by Fabulous. Okay. I'm sorry, my mispronunciation, but I hear the music in my head, and then I go Google it with what lyrics I hear. And for the most part, I find what I'm looking for, but sometimes I actually won't, especially when it comes to when I channel classical music. I have a hard time finding that stuff. But anyway, your reading today, happy family, okay? Choose joy and happy family. With the song I channeled, I kind of wanted to see what came out with the cards, because I got a couple of different mixed messages. So maybe both messages are relevant to different folks out there watching this. And on one side of the coin, I got, like, there's something that you're really good at, and you're just like, you're either, you just stand out. Okay, stand out. Someone sees you as standing out in something. The song kind of talks about, for me, it's like a person's aesthetic or look, and but I am taking it a step further, that there could be something that you just stand out in and you shine in, and you're just like, you're killing it right there. You are. Now, and I even got that in the pre-shuffle, but I also had another energy in the pre-shuffle. So two energies may come out, because like I said, it may resonate for different folks. The other side of the coin, which I had got when I channeled this song, was, and what also was supported by some of the pre-shuffle cards, was there might be a person who's sort of torn between, because I got this image of like a hot looking karmic, and it could be man or woman, doesn't matter. Just the image was somebody like who looks like the type of person who would be with like a celebrity, right? It's like this person is never undone. Okay, they're always done, right? They don't even leave the house if they're not. Okay, there's just, and then I got, with that energy, somebody thinking about being with someone like that versus being with someone, more, what is the word to even say? Because I want to say more natural and authentic. That's what I want to say. And that might be where you come in, because maybe someone is choosing joy and happiness and authenticity over, a pretty little nugget that just looks good and it shines real pretty everywhere it goes, or it's real hot looking everywhere it goes, but it's, is that sustainable, and is that love? And that is the bottom line, where it comes down to, is it love if someone is drawn to somebody just for the way they look, right? So we're going to see what comes out, because me as a reader, I'm like, wow, what's going to come out? Because I don't even know, because I kind of see both sides of what's coming out in the pre-shuffle, and the universe keeps all original receipts. So Receipts, more than one. Is there a history to this? I don't know. We'll see. Being used by them. Now that can go with the karmic energy, like, you know, because in the song it talks about, you know, you look like the best money I ever spent, which lets me know this person, a person maybe who wants to be with you, or vice versa. Maybe there's a person, a third party, who is being used. Who is the user? Someone's being used because of a karmic. And it seems like it's money. It seems like somebody just loves spending that money, though. We have supported emotions, need a healthy outlet, and then we have honoring your evolution. So I feel you're honoring your evolution. Let me put my light on. I forget sometimes. I feel like you're honoring your evolution. And I feel like this is a person who is now saying, you know what? I think I want to settle down with someone who's more like a friend. I can see that happening with Aquarius because we are the friendship sign. Hello. But this is them looking at it like, you know, I'd rather settle down with like a friend and someone I can really hang with, and, you know, we can be dirty together. We can get rugged together. We can go, you know, whatever. We can go hiking. We can whatever. We can garden. But, you know, the person who is using somebody here, you know, for the side of the story that could be like this hot, really hot looking karmic, that person is never undone. Like, you're not going to see that person in the dirt. You're not going to see that person being very authentic. They always have this image. So two sides of the coin today, guys. Two sides of the coin. I feel like there could be something you really stand out in because you are drawing in this attention to you from someone. All right, someone looking at you a certain kind of way, but it's like you're a friend first, or you have that energy. Like me and Aquarius, we can just kick it. However, it doesn't matter. You know, we can get dolled up. We can get ready to go out. We can look, you know, great. Or there's this whole other image. And this is another thing. If somebody has to keep up with an image of a karmic, because if there's a really fine karmic, then this other person has to also keep up with that, because guess what? Then that hot looking karmic is going to go looking somewhere else. So this person's got to keep up with this karmic as well. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, how long can a person sustain that life? And someone's like, you know, I don't know. Aquarius is a friend, or Aquarius, me and Aquarius could just kick it doing whatever. It just doesn't matter. And that could even be somebody being like, look, I can be broke and be with Aquarius, but I can never be broke and be with this person. There's something to that. Someone is definitely, oh, thank you, Spirit, thank you. It's more than the universe keeping the receipts. This person is keeping the karmic's receipts. Okay. I'm telling you, somebody's got a karmic who just spends the money, and it's a hot looking karmic, but I'm telling you, somebody's bank just going to get smaller. And at the end of the day, there's a whole image that has to be upheld, and that's why there's going to be there's a crossroads that this person's coming to, because they're like, you know, rather than to keep up with all this, I think I'd just be happy to chill out with my Aquarius, my friend. We're friends. We can do whatever anyway. We can go out or we cannot go out. But that is not the case with the karmic. The karmic has high maintenance and will never be real. This karmic will just never be real. They just won't, because everything is about them. It's just, there's a lot of vanity with this karmic. You know, this is the energy I've been getting for you guys, you know. You've been honoring your own energy. I've been getting this for you. And you're only allowing love to come in. You got a big heart, but you're not allowing anybody who ain't genuine coming your way. This person knows that you are genuine, okay? And somebody has settled for some sort of temporary happiness. Now, again, this karmic energy is the energy that has to be maintained. Now, I would not put it past the karmic to take a little extra if they're able to. Okay. So, it says keep going. You're almost there. I feel like just keep honoring your energy. Keep doing like you have been. Keep ascending. There is somebody, and it's not to keep ascending so this person looks at you. It is not about that. It is about you ascending. You don't got to answer to nobody else. You don't got to settle for nobody else yourself. But this person sees you as a friend. So maybe this is a friend who's with a really hot karmic. But they're like, you know what? I have fun with Aquarius. We can have fun together, and we can just be real and be ourselves. And that's really true. That's really love, you know? Save for what you want. This is another thing I feel that someone notices about you. Again, this karmic spends money. You save for what you want. You buy your own stuff. And that's important to this person because this person is feeling used. This person is feeling like they only have value as long as they're, footing the bill here. Like this person is kind of feeling like an ATM over here. And they're really looking at, you know what? Aquarius is my friend, or we have a lot of fun. Aquarius keeps it real. All right, we got the truth. And that's what Aquarius does. It stands for the sign of friendship and truth, or just telling it like it is. So this friend is looking at you. Or you guys are like that. Like, I just feel you guys can just kick it no matter what. Can't kick it with the karmic. The karmic has to go places where the karmic can be seen. Karmic has got to be noticed. This is that kind of karmic, and they spend that money. I just be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have some intention to take something, from this person, material wise, money wise. All right, give me a Celtic spread because I feel there's some history here. Because this is like, this person. I don't think you've been in no relationship. I think you guys are like friends. Yeah. Okay. It does look like this could be somebody you even used to, maybe you know them from your work or their work, or maybe you work together. But a work environment, okay, unless you guys like lived in the same little community or something, you knew this person that way. But this is a person showing up like a friend. And this person's having some confusion. It could be somebody Virgo in their chart. We have Virgo, we have Cancer here. We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and there's this confusion. And there's this, I'm telling you, there's a karmic energy that just sort of likes the glitz and glam. Like this person better never go broke with the karmic. That's all I'm saying. They better, if they choose to stay with this karmic, they just better never go broke, because if they do, that karmic is gone. That karmic already has plan B, trust me, but this person won't know it. But what this person does know is that you, and there's Virgo right next to that. And there's, there could, and this is another thing. This came to me in a download. This actual card came to me. That's why I use this deck. I got a whole download with this card about there is somebody who is, they could be starting to crack under pressure because this person has to maintain the lifestyle of the karmic. Or contribute greatly, because guess what? Everybody who's with this karmic has to contribute to them. All right, they are like that. They're a karmic who is like a celebrity type, or they are They look like that, like they're never undone. They're always fixed. They're always fixed. That's why they can't go play in the dirt, but Aquarius can. All right, they're just too superficial. This person might be using coping mechanisms, spending time alone, but they're in the energy of really in deep reflection, and they're like, you know, I know this person's using me for my money. I know that I can't keep it real and be myself with them like I can Aquarius. And they're right. They're right. Because this karmic that they're with, unless you're the one with them, this karmic, you'll know, because this person, you'll always be spending money on them. But, and there goes my phone. Ding. Confirmation. This person is definitely high maintenance, and they have no intention of paying for any of it. But see, you do. You pay for your stuff. You're not there waiting for someone to take care of you. In this reading, that's what it's showing up like, okay? Somebody's about ready to get rid of this toxic attachment, all right? They've decided, because there is something about this, and it's addicting. Like, you know, this is the whole thing. There's somebody on some sort of power trip, ego trip, and it's usually a masculine energy. But masculine, divine masculine, can be a man or woman, doesn't really matter. And there's like this power trip, and that's what I picked up in the song. It's like this power trip of, you know, about that. They look good, they look done, they, you know, killing all the looks there. Like, you know, you look better than everybody else. But then why aren't they happy? They aren't happy, because if they were happy, they wouldn't be looking at you, and they wouldn't be thinking about you. Somebody here just wants a simpler lifestyle. Somebody cannot keep up with the karmic superficial. So that means there's hope for this person. This person is not 100% superficial, but they do like the attention that they probably get by having somebody that looks like so good next to them. Man or woman, doesn't matter. But it's going to be fake. If it stays, it'll be fake. And like I said, they better hope they never go broke with that karmic. So here we go. Aquarius is the one I want to be with. Aquarius is the one I want a new beginning with, okay? Because Aquarius is like a friend. Aquarius keeps it real. I can be myself with Aquarius. Yes, that's what it's supposed to be about right there. Every day is not full of glitz and glam. That's not life. That's not real life. And this person is seeing that. Give me the staff and then I will clarify. And we have also here Pluto, Scorpio. But right here we have Pluto in Aquarius. Bam. And this is a major change. So it looks like a friend wants to join with a friend. But I don't think they want to stay friends. Because this is the thing. You're real, man. You're just so freaking real, Aquarius. You probably like the outdoors. This person likes the outdoors. But if the karmic goes outside, their hair is going to get messed up. Or they might get something on their very expensive shoes or something like this. Because it even talks about Louis Vuitton shoes. And like, you're real. You are the real deal. You're not superficial. You'll host a barbecue. The karmic isn't. The karmic ain't going to host nothing. Karmic is not going to do nothing but be taken care of, period. Somebody will cater the karmic's barbecue, but the karmic is not going to have anything getting their hands dirty. They're not real like that. And it's just figuratively speaking. I'm, you know, not literal dirty hands, but yeah. They're not willing to get dirty. In the self position, we have the Ace of Swords reverse. And it has to do with the 10 of Pentacles, because that's on the bottom of the deck. So somebody doesn't know, though, if you're going to want to spend your life with them. Like, I don't know. I don't know if Aquarius wants this with me. Because they are kind of showing up like a friend. An observant friend. And here it goes. Yeah. This is the whole question. This person, I feel like they're pretty much over the karmic. They've already figured out the karmic is with them for the money. The karmic is high maintenance. The karmic won't be with them if they ever lost their money. I wanted to say millions, and I don't know why. But in the environment, this friend person or who's looking at you is just the right person for them because your characters are similar and the things you like to do. But they're not sure. They really aren't. They're in a 7 of Swords and a 9 of Cups in reverse. This person might even talk themselves out of it. But the whole thing is they can't stop thinking about it. Can't stop thinking about you. So no matter how much this person is trying to avoid talking with you or changing things with you, they know they should. This is the thing. We have the High Priestess. This person knows they should. And we have strong Virgo, Pisces energy there. And then we have the Hermit reverse. So somebody intuitively knows you're the one. And this person who intuitively knows you're the one is stuck with a karmic that just is a spendthrift, you know? I was saying spendthrift lightly. It's they for real. For real. But that's the price to have that kind of karmic. They'll always look good. They ain't never going to love them. Never. They'll just use them and probably cheat on them when they're not around. Let's get one more card. That's showing up more in this story than somebody sees you for this talent, because only thing I have here with Aquarius is Aquarius new beginning. And you could be in a new beginning without this person. You could, because you're shooting up to the stars where you belong. That's where you've been aiming in quite a few readings for quite a while. And you've been going through trials and tribulations, okay? But you're not going backwards. This person realizes if they stay with this karmic, they're not only going to go backwards, they could probably lose everything. Also, they're not the Empress. They're not marriage material. They're not the type of person. This is this person's opinion. The person who's looking at you is looking at this karmic like they're not good marriage material. They're not good mother material, or they're not good parenting material or nurturing material, because they're all too consumed about themselves. And that's this person. This person is looking at it like, I'm with a person who is completely consumed about the way they look and all of their possessions and what they have, and me maintaining them. Like, they're looking at this and they're like, you know what? They're not an Empress, but Aquarius is. Aquarius is. Because remember, the Empress is the nurturer, and this person is about themselves. Now, they will nurture what they need to nurture to keep that money flowing to them. Okay, they're not going to be they're not going to be mean to this person who's a friend of yours, who's looking at you as more of an ideal partner for them. They're not going to be necessarily mean, because then they could get broken up with. They're going to feed them. The karmic is going to feed this person just enough attention, okay, just to keep them on the hook, right? You're going to keep enough there just to keep them on the hook, to keep that money flow. But here you are doing you, buying your stuff, not looking for somebody to, hand you out something. You're looking to solve your own problems. That's how this is showing up. So, tell me about the 8 of Pentacles and the reverse. And that can be talking about losing money right there. Yeah, somebody might be thinking, if I marry this person, I'm going to be broke. I'm going to be broke if I marry this person. And someone's looking at these receipts, and this karmic, This person's going to have to get another job, another business, you know, or let somebody go to keep this karmic lifestyle going. Or they just got to make more money, or they can't slow down, or they got to work extra hours. Yeah. But somebody's looking elsewhere for their happiness, and it has something to do here with someone that they're keeping quiet about, or a secret, not telling. Yeah. So somebody, it could be somebody has Pisces in their chart, but somebody is in their emotions when it comes to the Eight of Pentacles reverse, and somebody is really noticing. They're like, you know what? This person don't love me. They love my bank account. They love what I can provide for them, but they don't love me. I think this person knows you're loving, and they want to give you a shot. And here's this Pluto energy, death, Hierophant in the reverse. This person is being guided to come and get. This person is being guided not to marry or get into a stronger commitment with this karmic. They're being guided, but if they do, whoo, they're gonna be broke. They're gonna be broke. Maybe not tomorrow, but they will be. Tell me about that Five of Wands reverse. They're watching Aquarius. The spying card, Aquarius. The star. This person has their eye on you. They want you. And they have someone in their life who shows up as draining their bank account or will. But I think it's already begun, because the receipts. The receipts. All right. Tell me about the Awakening card. This came out in the pre-shuffle, and it's in the reverse. It's Judgment. Somebody, I feel, is like, I made a big mistake. I made a big mistake going with this karmic. Yeah, they're moving on. Somebody made a big mistake. Yeah. Gold digger. They found themselves a gold digger. Queen of Coins reverse, Page of Coins reverse. They found themselves a gold digger. But what they want is love. And the person coming toward you, it might be somebody who has Virgo in the chart, but it's just the Hermit card is talking about, maybe you haven't seen them for a while. But they are showing up as a friend, and they are showing up as wanting more. But they also look like they're getting rid of some sort of financially dependent karmic. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles reverse. So, yeah. So, I mean, this person does show up as somebody, you know, that you spent some time with in the past, but not romantically. It looks like you spent some time like at work or a place where you guys frequented a lot, but there was never, you guys didn't have a relationship. This was a friend or an acquaintance, okay? But someone knew you from someplace, okay? This is a card that literally says work, but a Three of Pentacles doesn't always have to be work. It's a place where people gather and come together, okay? So just keep that in mind. Gather and come together. And that's where you seem to have known this person who was like, you know what, I think Aquarius, me and Aquarius might meld really good together. They have made a decision, yeah, and you're going to see this person, but they're getting rid of somebody. They're not going to, yeah, they don't want to be broke. King of Coins, they're already seeing signs of being broke. This person don't want to be broke, and we got Virgo, Gemini right under that, and the Magician, and somebody, it's almost like somebody saying, I didn't manifest to be broke. I might have manifested a hot karmic, but I didn't manifest to be broke. I don't know. Now they're manifesting a friend. Now they're manifesting someone who shoots straight from the hip, tells it like it is, completely authentic, and who can go play in the dirt with them. That was, I just added that part. But yeah. I really feel, because I'm looking at these two friends and they're sitting in like a sewing basket or something, or like a little basket full of emojis, and I feel like this person's like, you know, Aquarius will be with me even if I'm broke, but this person won't. But you know, they might be about broke by the time this person comes to you. They might be broke. They might be. Now this person could be you've not had a relationship with this person, okay? If this is a family member returning, okay, like if you have a grown child who you haven't seen, they were in a relationship with somebody else and you guys didn't get along, so they avoided you. This can be a person who's just letting that person go and coming back home, you know. But for the most of you, it doesn't matter. This person's coming toward Aquarius. Aquarius is in the upright, doing your own thing. They're in their emotions about you, and they're showing up as a friend that you know from the past of some place you guys used to frequent or go to together. Not necessarily together, but be in the same area, space, okay? They made a mistake to choose up this person. They're moving on from it. But I think they've always kind of been interested in you or kind of wondered what it'd be like. So I think that you guys do have some sort of level of friendship here. Tell me about the Six of Swords. It's in the reverse, and I have it here twice in the reverse. So somebody was just basically stuck, and my cards got all mixed up here. And it landed on, okay, here. This person has every intention of coming toward you because this landed on these two cards. If I can get it up. Yeah. All right, this landed on this. So I feel like they are breaking up with somebody, letting a karmic go, or just not going any further. Like if they were engaged, they could break off an engagement. They definitely know they don't want to end up married to this person. They don't. They don't want to be robbed, and they literally lose all of their money and savings on this person. A card fell. Yeah, Knight of Cups reverse is what fell. This person is going to stop giving money, stop helping this karmic, and they look like they're moving on. Yeah, they look like and this is the karmic card. They are moving on from the karmic. They're done. They're done being used. This person might have some money. They might have a nice little chunk saved up, but they know, they're like, man, if I cannot live with this karmic, they're going to make me broke. I ain't going to be able to save. I'm not going to be able to have the toys I want. I just hear somebody saying that. But you pay. You save and you pay for what you want. So this person doesn't see that you're going to just get with them for money. They're like, man, they're really choosing a friend, Aquarius, and it's you. Really, you should choose a friend, because when everybody's old and wrinkled up, you better have something to hold you together, because it ain't gonna be your looks. You know, I feel bad for that karmic, because that karmic is not going to handle when they get older. I'm telling you, they're not going to handle it well. Tell me about this beginning here with Aquarius. Yeah, their action is toward Aquarius for sure. They are not they're leaving this person, okay? But if they were married to the person, they're not going to be. But I feel like whatever it is, the Emperor is in reverse. They're like, I am not going to be this person's husband. I am not going to be this person's divine masculine spouse, because it could be a man or a woman. But they're like, I'm not going to be that person's. I'm not going to be their person. I'm not. It has to do with marriage. It has to do with that. So maybe there's a person who's not married, okay, and they were going to marry this person. Oh, you know what I mean? But it was going to change if they did. Bingo. Okay, my phone just went off. That might be it. Now we have this High Priestess energy over here, Pisces, Virgo energy, and we have this Wheel of Fortune and this Five of Cups. Now they know where their happiness lies, and it lies with you, and they're in regret of choosing this gold digger, is what it is. That they're in regret of that. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. So that's, yeah, Hierophant reverse. Six of Coins. they know, they're not sure if you want to be with them, okay? But I feel like they want to stop giving to this karmic and give to you, all right? Because it's equal. You see 3 coins here, 3 coins here. Like, you and this person are equal. The karmic, they got to pay for everything. With you, it's not about that, because they just know it. I don't know how they know, but they just know it. They know that you're not the person who's would be with somebody just to use them or for their money. They know this, and I don't know how they know it, but they know it. Look, Ace of Coin reversed, clarified by the Ace of Swords upright. Look, they know it. They know you ain't out for their money. They also know you're not that superficial, high maintenance person. And I really want to specify high maintenance. I don't want someone to be like, well, I get my nails done, I get my lashes. No. Not a flaw on this person. Not a flaw. From head to toe, not a flaw. Because they pay for everything. But you're real. You pay for your stuff, and you have your own pride about taking care of yourself. You're not out looking for a free lunch. And if somebody's offering, that's different. That's inviting you out. But with this karmic, it's always going to be them picking up the tab. Tell me about the 9 of Cups here. It's in the reverse, yeah. I told you, this person might even find out one day, you know, that the karmic's got other people. Because this karmic needs a solid drip. And I mean a solid drip. Okay? Because to look good from head to toe, honey, it's a solid drip. And if this masculine who's looking at you can't handle the constant drip that this karmic is going to need, this karmic is already looking for someone else to feed their constant drip what they need. Now, I don't care what they need. So this person is going to offer. And here's the Knight of Coins. You might not have seen this person for a while because there's a thing of time here. This person's been under some sort of confusion, but yeah, they're basically under the karmic's illusion. Looking at all this beautiful stuff, and then people are just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm with that. I can't believe I'm with that. What are you with, man? What are you with that can't be wiped off, pulled off? You put that same person in the ghetto, you put that same person in a place where they're not privileged. That person can't adapt. That person can't get through it. You can. They looking at that. You can adapt. You're strong. You ain't waiting for a handout. They're with a person that they're always going to have to hand out to. Always. And it will only get worse. And then they'll have other people. They'll have other people giving them money. It won't just be this one masculine. And they're going to find out. Maybe you'll never know, but they're going to find out. Look, the Tower. When that masculine energy finds out that this karmic has other people feeding and supplying their drip, they're out. They're out. I guess they're going to have to figure it out the hard way. But they're regret because they knew it. Most of the time, when people break up in a relationship, they're like, you know what? I saw the red signs, but then I didn't. I see them now looking back, but I didn't see them then. And that's what this person is like. This person didn't see the red flags. They saw this beautiful, handsome, whatever karmic. They just saw the package and they didn't see anything on the inside because maybe there's not much there. Maybe there's not much there. Again, I'm only talking about a person who is superficial and only cares about themselves. And they put on a show. So when they act like they care for this masculine, it's because they need the drip. They need the drip. That constant supply. But I guess the joke will be on the karmic because, like I said, They're not going to continue to get this masculine's money much longer. You got a 9 of coins here, reverse. You got 8 of coins and 1 ace of coins right here. It's in the reverse. 4 of cups. They're not settling for that karmic. They're moving on. And guess what? They're not even going to tell the karmic. They're going to do it in such a sneaky, deceptive way. So karmic's going to get theirs. Here's this person coming your way. This friend. Tell me about the Empress. Yeah, Queen of Coins. You got your own. Yeah, see, and you're going to have your own. You either have your own or you have your own money coming here. You're up and coming, I heard. Some of you are up and coming. Yes, King of Swords right here. The Empress. Their Empress is King of Swords. Aquarius. The World. They're closing out a cycle because they want a new start with you. You are in the near future position as the Fool card. This person is coming in before they lose any more money. They are. They're coming in before they lose any more money. They know it. They know it. They had to lose. They've lost some money already. Anyway, guys, we're going to close out with an oracle card. If you've stayed this long, I'm sorry. I've yapped and yapped, but this is a really good reading. It really is a good reading. Because this friend is coming toward you for a commitment. My gosh, Aquarius, look. Commitment with the star. 36. You could be seeing 3s or 6s, but remember, 9s have been coming out strong for you guys. And I feel the last 9 is happening. You have a friend. If this is your reading, you have a friend coming toward you who wants a relationship. They're leaving money hungry user. That's what they're leaving, someone who's using them for their money. Anyway, guys, you got a commitment, a beautiful commitment that someone's coming in. It looks like a friend. Anyway, guys, I love you. I'll see you in your next one. Thank you to all you beautiful souls for showing up. Thank you to my moderators. Namaste, my friends.